Sometimes being on your phone can be a little exhausting, and sometimes it actually ventures into the realm of addiction. Hello viewers, it's me Alana, and I'm here to bring you this week's all-new tech tips, sponsored by Digi. My tech tip for tonight is address your phone addiction. So, I talk on this show a lot about how technology has limitless, wonderful ways to make your life easier. But I'll also be the first to admit that all that convenience and accessibility can become dangerous if you let it go unchecked. Phone addiction is actually real, and it can be harmful to your health, your focus, and your happiness. Obviously, I'm not saying that phones are evil devices meant to make you unhappy and ruin your social life. But sometimes we can get a little bit carried away. If you find yourself checking your phone every minute, even when you haven't received a notification, here are some steps you can take to keep yourself mindful of the time you spend plugged in. Step 1 is to identify the problem. Yes, obviously it's your phone. But what are you doing on it? Are you mindlessly scrolling through your Twitter timeline? Are you getting sucked into YouTube, playing video after video? Playing a game you can never beat anyway? Or are you checking to see if your crush has finally answered your text, only to realize that you've been left on red? Whatever it may be, remember that admitting you have a problem is the first step to solving it. Step 2 is to set limits. Instagram, for example, has a timer that notifies you when you've been using the app for a certain amount of time. iPhones also have an option to lock whichever apps you want after you spend too much time on them. For Androids, you can download a little app called OffTime from the Google Play Store. Like Apple's built-in function, they allow you to choose how much time you'd like to spend on your phone, and then they block you from accessing those pesky apps once you've reached your limit. They also include helpful data about how much you use your device and what you spend most of your time doing. The third step is prevention. Temptation to pick up your phone and lose an hour in it often comes in the form of notifications. You hear that familiar little jingle and your hand probably instinctively reaches for your home button. My advice is to turn off as many notifications as you can. Maybe limit it to calls and texts, because you know you're going to check your email all the time anyway. Of course, these measures are also tremendously helpful if you have a child who you believe spends way too much time on their phone. You don't have to feel helpless. And just like that, today's edition of Dr. Alana's Tech Tips is finished. Be sure to look out for more next week. Until then, goodbye.